Hello everyone, what is happening? I'm your host Ayman Hassan and welcome back to another video here at Most Amazing Top 10. Clearly knowing what demons you guys shouldn't be summoning is a very helpful guide for you all, so the series continues here with another list of deadly demons. Have you guys been summoning any since the last video? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to the channel and top 10 Hindi videos while you're at it. But honestly, I'm just too excited for this one, so let's just jump right into it. This is the top 10 demons you should never summon part 2. Starting us off with number 10 is Mara. Now Mara is the first demon we've discussed in the series that originates in Buddhism. We like diversity. Mara runs wild in Kamadhatu, which is known as the desire realm of Buddhist cosmography and is also known as the Lord of Death, Evil One, Prince of Darkness, and Tempter. Great. This one is looking promising. Not. Mara isn't just a demon, but he's actually a demonic god. He tempts demigods, animals, and humans with desire and fear, and he influences humans very easily, turning them into tools for him to use for his own bidding. He's very quick to fill someone's heart with fear, jealousy, greed, depression, lust, anger, and confusion. Basically all the things one doesn't want. His aim is to stop people from reaching enlightenment and spreading bad karma, and he's actually pretty damn good at it. Some people think he has no physical form, whereas some ancient drawings show him as a fat creature with turquoise or red skin, 6 arms, 3 eyes, wearing a crown of human skulls, riding an elephant with a group of snakes. And if that isn't terrifying enough, he can disguise himself in any form he likes and twist your mind. This demon is not your friend, people. None of them are. Coming in at number 9 is Succubus and Incubus. Now I paired these two together because most people think they're the exact same demon but as opposing genders, Succubus being the female version and Incubus the male. Now I'll primarily talk about Incubus, but just to preface this, everything Incubus does to women, Succubus does to men. Incubus is sex and lust crazed. He attacks women during the night and causes unwanted pregnancies and at times even death. These days he's described as a man with bulging muscles, a suggestive tail, and powerful wings, but back in the day these creatures were ugly little things with bat-like wings, horns, claws, black fur, and a monkey gargoyle looking face. Their human partners can literally die of exhaustion after getting too busy at night, and the incubus is known to be quite violent as well, at times covering a human's mouth or sitting on their chest so they're unable to breathe. When summoned, he can put you into a trance or straight up paralyze you immediately and have his way with you. He can't reproduce himself, but Succubus takes the sperm of her men and uses it as incubus, producing human babies with demonic abilities. These half-human babies are the reason people choose to summon this demon, but I assure you a magical demon baby is probably not worth it and will definitely come with many strings attached. At number 8 we have Mammon. According to Christian theology, Mammon represents the cardinal sin of greed, and his greed for greed is so strong that any person can be sucked into it and corrupted by him, and your life then transforms into an obsession with trying to build up as much worldly treasure as possible. Physically, there's been no real decision on the one single form Mammon takes. Some say he looks like a colossal red-skinned creature, and others say he's just an old man. But the one common thing is that whatever form he takes, he will always be displaying his wealth in the most obnoxious way possible. So if you know anyone that fits his description, maybe think twice about who they really are. Because he can cause obsession and corruption, it's said Mammon can enslave our race extremely easily. As a black-hearted deity, he has around 6,660,000 demons under his control. If you want to summon him to gain more wealth, which I'm assuming is the reason people would, just be warned that it'll basically become the only thing that matters in your life. Filling our number 7 slot is AGARES. Now before we talk about this demon, let's just get the elephant out of the room and talk about his appearance, because I think this is the weirdest demon I've encountered thus far. AGARES is seen as an old man who rides a crocodile and holds a hawk in his hand. I mean, why do all these dangerous demons come with extra dangerous animals that can kill you? Have we not suffered enough? But anyway, AGARES is a fallen angel known as the first Duke of the East and is known to teach languages, cause earthquakes, and retrieve people who've run away. Intellectual and powerful, AGARES is also of the Order of Virtues and he leads 31 legions. You may have been interested in summoning him for more knowledge or to defeat your enemies, but personally I think a demon endowed with a crocodile and hawk and a variety of other powers is one you should stay away from. just me? Now at number 6 is Astaroth. Now Astaroth serves as the Great Duke of Hell, as apparently 90% of demons do, and he is said to be part of the first hierarchy of Hell that encompasses the evil trinity Astaroth, Lucifer, and Beelzebub. Physically, Astaroth isn't that intimidating, but intellectually he is not to be screwed with. He's known as a treasurer of Hell and is a respected military strategist and political ally, and is the commander of 40 legions of spirits and demon. He's able to share his knowledge of the past, present, and future with you, but his breath is absolutely fatal if you breathe it in. In order to protect yourself, the summoner has to wear a charmed ring made of pure silver. So I don't know how you'd summon him without a 90% chance of dying, but I mean, if you want to try it, be my guest. Astaroth is extra twisted because when summoned, he's actually really nice, and he genuinely tells you the truth about fallen angels and the old world, and he makes himself seem super misjudged, and he sounds like he's sad to be a demon. But don't fall into that trap, because that's just him manipulating you into eternal damnation, and ain't nobody got time for that. Coming in at number 5 is Belphegor. As a lieutenant from Hell, this demon is mentioned countless times in the Bible as a demon who was dispatched to Earth on a mission from Satan. The mission was to figure out whether marital love was in fact real or not, or was it easily taken advantage of. So in essence, he came to Earth to be a homewrecker. Great. Belphegor is a very skilled shapeshifter who can appear as a beautiful naked woman and seduce you into doing whatever he pleases. On the other hand, he can also appear as an actual demon with long, sharp teeth and fingernails, horns, leathery flesh, and a massive mouth. He's a phallic deity mostly associated with orgies, sex, and all other forms of debauchery, so he sounds a bit of a party animal sort of demon. People summon him not for those purposes though, they summon him in order to find fame and wealth whilst doing little to nothing to achieve it. If only it was that simple. These wishes are almost always doomed to fail. He instead draws them into idle dreaming and procrastination, and thus they end up achieving even less than they would have beforehand. All in all, don't summon this demon unless you want to be sitting on your bum for the rest of your life. At number 4 is VALAC. Cute images of the nun everywhere who, honest to God, is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm not watching that movie under any circumstances. VALAC is another demon talked about in the Lesser Key of Solomon and is known as the 62nd demon of Hell, the High President of Hell, or the Marquis of Snakes, and he leads 30 legions of demons. He relies on his manipulation of others to get what he wants and is extremely talented at finding any snake and controlling them at will, as well as finding treasure. He has powerful demonic insight which allows him to figure out what a person's weaknesses are and use them against that person, or he finds out what they really want and uses that against them. In appearance, if you summon him, VALAC looks like a small boy with wings riding a two-headed dragon. Honestly, how do these demons get all these cool creatures? Like, do they get to choose what do they want to appear with? Like, I need to know. Filling our number 3 slot is ZIMINIAR. According to the Lesser Key of Solomon, ZIMINIAR is one of the 4 principal kings of Hell that rule over 72 demons and is also known as the King of the North, not to be mistaken with Robb Stark, Ned Stark, or Jon Snow. He's meant to bring with him nothing but death and destruction. Not much has been written about ZIMINIAR other than the fact he shouldn't be conjured under any circumstances, ever. Hint, hint. However, with the exception of a doomsday occasion. Are you kidding? It says you shouldn't summon this demon unless the world is literally ending. I feel like I should just end my point about him right there. Now at number 2 is ABADDON. In the Hebrew Bible, ABADDON literally translates to destruction, realm of the dead, or the place of destruction. Physically, it's also the name of a place where the damned live in snow and fire, but it's also a demon that had become one with the abyss. This demon is so bad that Satan himself, yes, the devil himself, said he would not want to get into a confrontation with ABADDON. When summoned, he looks like a giant human-sized locust or a swarm of many locusts that carry infectious lethal diseases, which would just be a fantastic addition to your day, wouldn't it? But the thing about ABADDON is that he's just complicated. Both Hell and Heaven say he's their ally, and other times they say he's their enemy, so I mean that's just a lot of mixed signals. But regardless of what they say, in almost every text he's mentioned in, it said he's the most feared demon amongst them all, feared by demons and angels alike, and if all that hasn't discouraged you from summoning him, then nothing will, so honestly I'm just gonna stop trying right here. And finally, at number 1 is PAZUZU. Now PAZUZU, another Pokemon sounding demon, is like the daddy of demons of the series so far. Also known as the Dark Angel of the Four Winds or the Prince of the Lower Aerial Kingdoms, his roots go all the way back to Babylonian mythology, where he was definitely an evil entity, but he was also seen as a sort of protector spirit as well. When he later became adopted into Christianity, he became known as solely evil and as Lucifer's right-hand man. The story goes that they both tried to overthrow God and were thrown out of heaven as a consequence. He is also an Oberith, I hope I said that right, which is a demon that is so old that predates the existence of gods themselves. People say he takes a shape that humans can't even imagine, and simply looking at him could drive us mere mortals to insanity. Because he's the controller of the west and southwest winds, he can bring famine over any land he wants. He can see his surroundings without sight, he has telepathic abilities, when he breathes a swarm of locusts come out, and he can produce poisonous puffs of acidic waste on demand. His favorite pastime is corrupting innocent and pure people and targeting people who turn to him for help to make them regret their lives, basically. So in conclusion, let's maybe not summon the demon that's all powerful and try to overthrow God with Lucifer. Personally, to me, in my opinion, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. And guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the second part of this series. Should we make a part 3? Would you guys want to see that? Let me know in the comments below, and also tell me which demon on this list freaked you out the most, as I would love to know. As always, I'm your host Eamon Hassan, and I'll see you next time. Bye!